Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
What's up guys, Lord of Lords here. Welcome back to another video. Now if you haven't seen the clip beforehand, which you probably have, but if you haven't, in this video I'm going to be talking about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, coming out in 2017 for the Wii U and the new Nintendo Switch. Now before I go any further in the video, I want you to go to this channel and subscribe to it. This channel is Swarm Striker. He's a YouTuber with a gaming channel just like me. He's in fact helping me with this video. He will not be in this video, but a lot of these clips will be from his channel. So go and subscribe to him and go watch some of his videos. They're really good. Now let's get into some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video. I will be talking about some of the new aspects in the game, such as mechanics like combat, new items in the game, new abilities, new categories in the game, new ways to organize stuff, some information on the game that has been already released that not everyone knows about, the plot about the game, like the main villains, the story that we know so far. So it will be an overall initial overview of the game with all the information that's already been released. Now we're going to watch a little clip so we can analyze it and talk about some of the aspects in it. This clip was given to me by Swarm Striker. Thanks again, man. Now it's time to analyze that video clip. First things first, the graphics looked great. I could see all the detail that the artist put into it. So good job on them. Next thing, looks like there's still archery, which is great. But the thing is now, when we saw those explosions, that's because there's this new feature. You can get fire and ice arrows. Fire arrows, as you saw, create explosions. Ice arrows freeze the enemy, this is going to be a great new feature in the game. Next thing, looks like they're swimming. Now, there's also the fact that now, while you're swimming, if you get a fish net or a spear, you can actually catch fish that you see, and you can use the meat and cook it. Speaking about cooking, another thing that we saw, if you were to light a fire with the pan there, you can actually cook your food now, which probably, like in most games, will make the food even more good, like health-wise. You'll probably regain more hearts than eating it raw. So that's a great thing too. So, like we saw in the game, when Link cut down the tree, looks like now you actually have to rely on nature for resources. Before, you would just go around destroying enemies to get the resources, but now it looks like you rely on nature. Kind of like in Minecraft. But here it looks like you use that wood to start a fire with the cooking. So that looks like a great new feature. So now let's get into the game combat mechanics like we saw in there. Now what I noticed is that they highly resemble the Skyward Sword gaming mechanics. You know, they have more than one option block instead of just pressing the button. With the block, there's more blocks you see when he brought the sword up to his face like that, or when he went like that. And with the attacking, there's more than, you know, just hitting like that, or just going like that. It looks like there's a lot more, like in Skyward Sword. There's a lot of combinations that you could possibly make, which looks great. Another thing that I saw with the gaming mechanics, that part where Link slowed down time to get those precision combos highly resembles the Red Dead Redemption Eagle Eye Vision, when John Marston slows down time, but he moves a little bit faster to get that perfect aim. That's kind of like what Link did, where he slowed down time to get those perfect combos. So that's a really cool feature. So another thing which is really cool, is when Link lit his club on fire. It looks like now you can use your environment to your advantage in combat, which I have been wishing for a long time. So it looks like you can finally use the environment to your advantage in combat. So when Link lit his club on fire, it did way more damage to the enemy than the regular club did. So maybe now it'll be things like if we cut down a tree and lands on them, it'll knock them out and we can attack them in miss fight. That would be great. So next thing, big thing, the paraglider. It's a great thing now. You can jump off any tall place and glide on it. This is going to be a big thing in the game, especially since the map is gigantic, which I will get into later. So a paraglider is also great for combat. If you're jumping from place to place like you saw in there, you can let go of it mid-air and pull out your bow. And you can use that thing that resembles the Eagle Eye Vision, slow down time, to get your perfect aim. So that is going to be a great new addition to the game. Now what we saw at the end there, you know, it kind of looked like a thing that would freeze something. That's actually the new look to bombs. because there have been many clips out there where people would throw that at kind of like crumbly walls, where if you blow up, there's usually a chest behind one of those. That is the new look to bombs, which is a really cool thing. Now we are going to be talking about one of the biggest things in the game. Literally, I'm going to be talking about the game's map. The map is so freaking big. The map is like freaking Donald Trump's ego big. This map is literally almost 10 times the size of the map from Skyrim. The Skyrim map was 37.1 kilometers square, and in-game it takes 2 hours and 10 minutes just to walk across the whole map. This game, the map is going to be 360 kilometers squared. Just imagine how long it would take to walk across that. This map is also 12 times the size of Twilight Princess's map. Now, in the demo that has been released, the plateau, it is 2 kilometers by 1.5 kilometers, which for a game is fairly big, but it is literally 1.1% of the whole game's map. I will show you a clip of how big it looks. It won't show it all, but it should give you a general idea of how big the map will be, because it will show 1.1% of how big the map is. It's going to be showing the plateau. Pretty big, right? Like I said, that is 1.1% of the map. Looks like it's going to be pretty frickin' big. So now I'm going to be talking about Link's inventory and carrying capability. Now looking at the inventory tab, it shows that there's 7 different categories the items are categorized under, and it shows how much Link can hold. There's weapons with 8, bows and arrows with 6, shields with 4, and then there's armor, materials, food, and important items, all holding 20. Well, that's Link's inventory. Now, we're going to kind of talk about the plot. And now I say kinda because almost nothing has been released about the plot, except for this clip that I'm about to show you. Well, that's Link's inventory. Now, we're going to kind of talk about the plot. And now I say kinda because almost nothing has been released about the plot, except for this clip that I'm about to show you.
Remember. Try to remember. You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end. Now then, you must hurry. Before it's too late.
Now I'm going to be talking about the timeline. But before I go into the timeline, there are some things that you need to know. These are Kokiris. They live in the Kokiri woods in Hyrule. They are young children who never age. They believe that if they leave the Kokiri woods, that they'll die. This is a Korok. It is an evolved Kokiri that takes on a nature spirit shape. Now that we know what a Kokiri and a Korok is, I can tell you that this game is set after the Ocarina of Time. There are Kokiris in Ocarina of Time. There are only about 1 or 2 Koroks, but neither of them are the one that has been shown. I can tell you this, it is after Ocarina of Time, because now that there are multiple Koroks. theory time! So here's my theory. So, since Link is asleep for 100 years and just wake up, and pretty much the same day he wakes up, the old man says that Ganon has been sealed for 100 years. It obviously connects, right? So, my theory is that when Link fell asleep was right after he sealed Ganon away in Ocarina of Time. Because when he did that, he sealed him in Hyrule Castle, where he is currently sealed away now. Ganon also said when Link sealed him away that he will wreak vengeance on his descendants. So, I think that Link fell asleep into a slumber that because maybe Ganon cursed him, or a henchman of Ganon may have cursed him as Ganon was sealed away into a deep dark sleep. And now Link's just waking up as Ganon is starting to break free. And my other theory is that voice that you hear, that girl that's talking, I think it's Fi from Skyward Sword. If you didn't play that game, Fi is kind of like that little pixie in Ocarina of Time, but much, much bigger, and is interconnected with the Master Sword. It's like she's like your guide to everything, and she is pretty much the one who tells you what is wrong with the world and what is happening. So I think it's Fi, because at the end of Skyward Sword, you had to seal the Master Sword away, but Fi was in the Master Sword, so you also ended up sealing Fi away. So I think that girl is Fi, and why she is helping Link is because in the Hyrulepedia, it says that every 100 years, Link is reincarnated into another form. But I don't think that's how it's working in this game, because in the beginning of the game, you actually do wake up in a ruin place, like a tomb. But I think it's interconnecting, because this is a reincarnation of the Link from Skyward Sword. Because in the Hyrulepedia, it also says that Skyward Sword is the first game in the timeline, because it all started with Link being up in that island in the sky. And at the end of the game, in Skyward Sword, when they came and stayed down on Earth, that was the first Link ever. So I think that Fi somehow got unsealed or something, and now went to find Link, or his closest relative, so his descendant. And now she is helping him, because I guess maybe she liked good old times, or because, you know, the world's like in danger. So that's my theory. So it's probably going to get proven wrong, or maybe even right, when the game comes out, because as of right now, we only know 2% of the actual game, as said by the creator of the game. So it looks like that's the end of my video. Special thanks to IGN, Gamespot, and Swarm Striker for helping me out with this video by giving me clips. None of them actually, you know, talked to me about anything, really. I just borrowed clips for them. So IGN and Gamespot are pretty big channels, so you should be able to find them just by searching it. Swarm Striker isn't, so the link to his channel will be down below in the description, so go follow him. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Lord of Lords, signing out.